I know a lot of folks think of a horse trainer. You guys are a little more than just your typical trainers. What's the difference between when somebody thinks of a horse trainer versus what you all do?
Okay, so horse trainer, typically when I think of a horse trainer, it would be someone I would take my horse to get help, whether that person just works with my horse for 30 days and then I take my horse home, or I take my horse for weekly lessons to a trainer for both me and my horse. What Kurt and I do is we go around the country and we do actual clinics where you bring your horse and you come for several days at a time and we work with you. Now, Kurt doesn't do as many horsemanship clinics anymore. He does low-stress cattle handling and ranching for profit seminars.
Okay.
So he is really about how to use the horse to help settle and work your cattle for profit. You know, in the ranching industry, we want to put pounds on our cattle to make money. And so he works, his horsemanship focus is if your horse is nervous and makes our cattle nervous, our cattle aren't going to gain. So horsemanship is very important to a rancher and a good horseman. And so Kurt does the cattle and horse clinics, and then I do yoga and horsemanship clinics. And so we first do a yoga practice where we get into mental and physical balance and awareness of our own bodies and where we might be tense or what we might be holding or what we might be bringing from past experiences that we just really need to let go of. And then we go and do a horsemanship clinic. And so people ask, yoga and horsemanship, but it's truly the same. It's all about being present and in the moment and in mental balance. A few years ago, thinking I wanted to get into physical shape and I wanted to look like that person on the Yoga Fit magazine. And then I really discovered yoga. And yoga is so much more than just a physical practice. It's a way of being. It's a practice every day of being in the moment and through breath. And so when I started practicing yoga, the more I did it, the more I thought, this is horsemanship. And the more I did it, the more balanced I became, and my riding really became better. So I thought, hey, this makes me feel better. I'm getting stronger. You know, I always want to be able to put my own saddle on my horse. I want to stay physically fit enough to do that. I always want to be able to get on my horse. And so I thought, this would be great, especially for women who maybe carry some, you know, fear issues or our body awareness. You know, some of us just aren't that aware of our bodies, and how can we expect our horses to do these amazing physical maneuvers if we don't even understand our own physical being? How can we expect to get to their feet or put them in the physical balance to really become one with our horse? And so I think bringing awareness and figuring out, you know, what it takes for a horse to shift the weight, to lighten the right foot, to take a right lead. If we never experience it or think about it, it's not in our conscious awareness, and we're missing it. We're missing it. And I don't want you to overthink it. It's really about the experience and feeling, and when you kind of set it up mentally and physically in balance, it happens effortlessly. And that's what I think horsemanship should be, is a coming together of you and your horse effortlessly instead of force. And so yoga really teaches us not to force or to touch our toes. You know, it's not about touching the toes, it's about the experience and the letting go and the opening and the allowing to touch our toes. Just like horsemanship shouldn't be about forcing our horse to go somewhere, but just setting it up to allow the horse to step toward the object maybe he's afraid of. So it just goes hand in hand, and I just absolutely love it every day. And I love people. And kind of going back, talking about you know, the experiences and the change in our life, leaving the ranch and the horse whisperer and doing this, the amazing part has been the people. We have met and made friends and just been introduced to so many amazing horsemen. They're not all clinicians. They're not all the ones out there, you know, talking about what they do. They're people who put their horse in a trailer every weekend and go trail ride and are safe and have great rides with their horse, and their horses are happy and they're happy, and that's what it's about. So it's great. It's amazing.
So, do you guys have a website where folks can kind of see what you do? And
Kurt has a new website. It's called effectivestockmanship.com, and I do not have a website.
Okay.
But I'm going to work on that. Yeah, so I just have been doing clinics about the last 3 years, and I've wanted to keep it to about 10 or 12 clinics a year.
Okay.
Keep it in balance. I still have a young daughter at home. She's busy, so yeah, I'm just working toward that. When she graduates, maybe I'll go a little bit more.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time.
You.
I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much.